everybody, I'm Harrigan, and this is my sneak peek into the second movement of Beethoven's 7th Symphony. Beethoven's second movement is not a slow movement, as is typical for the second movement of a symphony. Instead, he marks it as allegretto, which is just a little bit slower than allegro, Italian for fast. It's more of a walking pace, and it has a very specific feel. The rhythm is a bit like a pavan, an ancient dance, a courtly dance, and you can hear this bum, 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 bum. But what's unusual for other composers, and maybe not so unusual for Beethoven, is he sticks with one note, and what he does with just one note. It's the same note that he uses to introduce the vivace. It's that E, but this time he has the low strings repeating it over and over again, almost like a mantra. Listen to the violins when they take up this theme. Once the low strings have gone through this theme, they take up a different theme, a counter melody, which is beautiful and haunting. And the orchestra passes the theme and the counter melody around and around and around. Until the entire orchestra is beating out this repeated ostinato rhythm. Ostinato is Italian for stubborn. And we have heard that Beethoven could be stubborn, but in this case it has to do with this repeated, insistent melody that is so very beautiful. It almost seems like the orchestra gets worn out by the passion and the repeatedness of this beautiful, haunting rhythm. It peters out and is replaced by a gorgeous pastoral theme by the winds. Now this is pretty typical for Beethoven. Remember, his 6th symphony was called the Pastoral Symphony, and Beethoven loved to write music in the countryside. This has the serenity that we haven't really heard in the symphony yet, and it's taken up again by the woodwinds. Well, you know Beethoven, the serenity can't last long. Once this theme has spun its course, he goes into what's called a development section, and this is where he takes things in twists and turns and he develops the motives. In this case, he uses something called a fugue or a fugato, a little fugue, to demonstrate all the different ways you can vary the original theme. Beethoven goes back and forth between the pavan rhythm and the peace and beauty of the woodwinds, until finally ending on the same chord in which he began. A bit of a question, I'd say. I hope you enjoyed my sneak peek into the second movement of Beethoven's 7th Symphony. I look forward to seeing all of you either online or in person soon.